Hey guys, welcome to Scratching the Gaming Itch, and we really are scratching that itch with video games lately. It has been a lot of fun. Today, I want to talk to you about streamers and the effect that they have had on the gaming community as a whole. So streaming, it's a lot of fun, right? People come, they watch people play, they chat, they talk to the streamer, they learn about a game they might like, and maybe they buy the game the streamer's playing. Streamers' sphere of influence is hard to ignore. You have developers who pay for sponsorships to get their game recognized by a community by having a streamer play it. They give streamers early access to games. They give streamers that early access so that they can review the games and tell people about it and try and convince people to play it. And we see this all the time. And it's affecting the community in a lot of different ways. One, streamers, when they do their reviews of games, it impacts if we want to play the game or not. Two, how they play a game affects how we play the game. Three, just in general, what they talk about, how they feel about a game, it lingers, and the developers even respond to a lot of what they have to say, which is all interesting stuff. So I wanted to cover a bit of it here in this video. So first, I want to talk about streamers and them being able to get early access to games and review them for everyone else. So my whole thing with this lately has been, we know streamers get early access, and we know that a lot of them get paid for their reviews of video games. And it's kind of crazy that we're listening to essentially paid actors, right? People who want to say a game is good because they kind of have to. They've signed an agreement that, hey, we played your game, we got it early, you just need to get the view count and say, great game, guys. And that's what they're paid to do. And for a lot of us, it has its impacts, right? It's hard to ignore what someone says. We all have our own opinions on games that we play. I'm not going to deny that. Like, for me, I think that Battlefield 6 is a fantastic time. You could not get me to switch over to Black Ops 7. I made a choice when I bought Black Ops 6 that I would not be getting when I bought Battlefield 6 that I would not be getting Black Ops 7. It was just me, like, where do I want to pay $70? And it ended up being here. And I have not regretted that at all. I've even watched videos of the Black Ops 7 multiplayer, and then I really didn't regret it. But that's just my opinion. It shouldn't affect if you play Battlefield 7, or, oh my gosh, Black Ops 7 or Battlefield 6, even though it still might, just hearing someone say that. But streamers, when they say something like that, they're more than likely paid to say it. A lot of them, yeah, I know there are exceptions and there are people that aren't paid to do whatever they do, but there's a lot now that are. Some streamers might say Black Ops 7 is the best Call of Duty they've ever played. That may be true, or it may be a paid statement by that company, because I just don't know. But Black Ops 7 does not look like the best Call of Duty ever made. But I have heard some people say that, and that's okay, I suppose. But it's having its impact on people. Reviewers said that Battlefield 6 was good. Lots of people ended up getting it. Reviews said that Arc Raiders is an amazing game. A lot of people end up getting it. Right, I think the stats follow where the streamers are and what they're reviewing and what they're saying is fun right now. And right now that is Arc Raiders, that's Battlefield, that's some Call of Duty. To an extent, Call of Duty's kind of, it's not looking hot right now in a lot of ways. But those are kind of the big ones I've seen streamers playing right now, are those two. They're probably playing other stuff as well, just haven't been able to see it lately. But it still had its own like impact and weight on the community. And a lot of people feel certain ways about those games because of streamers. Now, I want to talk about how much streamers play a video game. Now, this isn't a judgment thing, but streamers probably play video games 8 to 10 to 12 to maybe even 16 hours a day. It's their job. They get paid to do it. And probably the majority of us playing video games, having a good time, don't get paid to do it. And we probably don't play nearly as much. I'm willing to bet that 4 hours a day would be a high number for a lot of people. That they would be lucky to get that much in. And now, when you think about it, 4 hours a day, if you had that, right, as your max. And then there's all these different video games that all have daily quests, that all have things to do each day, unlockables and things like that. It can take a lot of time. And it can be really hard to divide your attention among different games. But for streamers, it's pretty easy. So streamers, they play the crap out of a game, right? 12 hours, 16 hours a day, maybe less, but for a lot of them, probably about that much. And then they come out and say certain things. Like, I've heard some streamers say Battlefield 6 is boring. There's nothing left to do. They've done it all. Man, for someone who plays it 16 hours a day, maybe they did do every single challenge, assignment, and quest and weekly that was available at the time, and that they caught up with them all. Maybe they do have all max level guns. But for the average gamer, there's no way, right? We cannot keep up with that. We can't play games like that. It's not sustainable. And yet, I think people, they do try to play games like that. Even if it's not feasible, they have this drive. They feel like they're being left out. They feel like they're behind in a way. And I'm going to be honest. When your streamer jumps games because they feel finished with the game, you do not have to jump ship with them. Right? It's just, you don't have to. If and when, because streamers will get done with Arc Raiders, you don't have to jump ship with them. Arc Raiders is an amazing game, and I bet it's going to have a lot of content for a lot of time. You can just keep playing it. Battlefield 6, if your streamers thought it was boring and moved on to Arc Raiders, but you still have a lot to do in Battlefield 6, stay on Battlefield 6. Play the games you're having fun with. Play the games that you want to play. Okay? Right? Stay on the games you enjoy. If you wanted to play something like Fellowship, another game that recently came out and had a little bit of a following for a bit, stay on that game. Got a group of friends, want to keep on dungeon diving? Amazing. Do it. You want to play Deadlock, you want to play Siege, you want to play Fortnite, play those games. You don't have to switch to what everyone else is playing. Someone's got to let you know, because I feel like a lot of us follow the streamers. Right? We want to be like the streamers, even though there's no reason to. The next part of that is a lot of us have started to play the way that streamers play. And it's strange. right? So Arc Raiders is gonna be a pretty good example of this. If we watch a streamer that's friendly and thought, wow, that was so cool, they were friendly with everyone and got XYZ and all of these items, then I bet you're more likely to be friendly to the next raider that you see. Now let's say you watch a different streamer and they are all aggressive, they aren't friendly at all with anybody. Then they get tons of loot and they win some crazy 2v12. And then you think, next time I get on, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna be friendly to anybody. I want all of those pinks for myself. They got the work and I got the loot. Alright, it changes the way we as gamers play. And there's even video guides and things like that that also show us how to play games. What's the best gun in Battlefield 6? What's the best build in League of Legends? What's the best build in WoW, in Path of Exile 2, and all of these other games? Like, what's the build I need? How can I do this the best? What is the most efficient? We don't have to play like that, guys. Pick your own guns. Pick your own builds. Have fun with the game. Experiment. Right? It could be a great game that way. For Battlefield 6, haven't really looked at anything in terms of guns. Anything in terms of like what's the best, what's the tier systems, and the game is still really fun to me. I enjoy it. Right, and I would recommend, if you're feeling game fatigue or you think games are like a job or they're just not scratching the itch anymore, then stop following the builds. Play it your way. It's gonna be really fun for you, right? It's almost like those Burger King ads or whatever, where it's like, make it your way, right? Make the video game your own. Play it the way you want to play it, and that includes like how you want to play the shooter. You don't have to play for clips, right? If you haven't noticed, in this gameplay, I've actually purposely tried to not play like a streamer. Because I find myself naturally wanting to do it, right? You go for all the kills. You want those clips for some reason. Like in my head, I want those imaginary clips because I'm not streaming to anybody. And yeah, I'm still going for them, I find. I don't need to be going for them. I can play defensive, I can play smart, and I can play with an understanding of the map. And I can wait people out. Right? It's what you probably should be doing. In most cases, the person who plays defensive in a shooter is probably going to win. So I'm just here to tell you, you don't have to go chasing the clips or chasing the kills. I feel like I've heard a lot that COD players are the ones who go after all the kills, right? In Battlefield, they're the ones that go after the objective. And maybe that's true. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, you don't have to go for the clips or the absurd plays. Sometimes it just feels better to play in a defensive manner, to let the enemy come to you for a little bit, to listen to those footsteps and not try and do something obnoxious just because it looks cool. You don't have to chase down every kill that you see. You can position yourself better. You can take advantages as needed, back up, get cover, and just constantly play position over people. And you'll enjoy games, I think. Now granted, you may be one of those people who just enjoy chasing after the kills and you do want to go for those flashy clips. Cool. Then you should do that, right? But I guess my point is, I don't want you to be doing it because the streamers are doing it and you feel that's the way that you have to play. It's just not true. There's so many ways to play and all of them are valid. And I hope that you are finding the ways for you to play that are fun, enjoyable, and something that helps keep you in the game for the long run. So, all of that being said, there is just also the fact that streamers, this is again what they do for a living and how they play, and they're trying to keep an audience engaged. You don't have to keep anyone engaged, and not when you're playing typically for your 4 hours. And just remember, the game isn't your life. The game is really something we're all doing as a hobby and having a good time with. And hopefully you aren't changing your play style for some random thing that you see on the internet, but you're playing in a way that is fun for you. That's why I found Battlefield to be so good for me, as there's so many ways to play it, so many enjoyable ways to contribute to the team and have fun, that it's just been a place for me to find some different ways to play and enjoy the game. And I will say, when I play more defensively and not chase after kills, I have enjoyed the game more than when I'm chasing kills and finding myself frustrated, constantly dying to those who are waiting. Right, streamers know what they're doing, and they've played tons of shooters, have a lot of experience, and that's why they know when they can take certain engagements. Take smart engagements, play the game smarter, and have a good time doing it. Right, I'll see you guys out there, whether it's in Battlefield, Arc Raiders, or some other game that we all find fun someday. I hope to play it all with you and to really enjoy it for ourselves and not for the streamers that sometimes impact the gaming community a little too much. So that's it for now. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.